on your cameras so I can see you. Okay. Okay. Hello, Kavanash. How are you?
Fine, I guess.
You're fine, you guess. Okay. You don't sound very sure.
Yes.
Are you okay?
Not really.
Why? What's wrong?
No, nothing.
Okay. All right. Hello, Mittal. How are you?
Half of me is okay, and half of me is kind of in a bad mood. Half of no.
Okay. Why are you in a bad mood?
Okay, so I told you I had exams, and some of the marks are looking like just like one or two papers are looking low, and I don't know. It's not that bad. It's like a B, but I don't know. I can't really handle.
Okay. Well, hopefully you've done really well. And hopefully the exam results are good. Okay. Hello, Laji Chi.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm fine.
Very good. And what have you been doing since the last class?
I'm doing school's homework.
Okay, so you've been doing your school homework.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Have you returned to school?
Yes.
Okay, and how is school?
I think it's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone students and teachers are friendly.
Okay, I can't hear you very well, Laji Chi. Is it possible you could use headset? Your audio is not very clear.
I'm already using the headphone.
Okay, all right. Do you have your internet plugged in or are you using Wi-Fi?
Yes, I'm using Wi-Fi.
Okay, so Wi-Fi sometimes can drop, so it's always better to have an Ethernet cable, and that way you have a stable connection. Okay, all right. So I did ask if you could all get an Ethernet cable because it just makes the class run smoother. Okay, hello Wanyan.
Hello, teacher.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Very good. And what have you been doing since the last class?
Attending classes.
Excuse me. Okay. And have you gone back to school?
Yes.
And how is school?
Good. And smooth.
Okay. Yeah. Do you like school or do you prefer online classes?
I prefer physical class.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. That's good. Okay. So welcome everyone. All right. So we're going to start with today's class. So let me just get my page ready for you. Okay, here we are. All right, so what I'd like you to do is I'm going to put you into breakout rooms in a second. Okay, so here, excuse me. Okay, so here are two photographs. Okay, I'd like you to look at these photographs. And they show grandfathers with their grandchildren. Okay, so I'd like you to compare these photographs and say how important grandparents can be in situations like these. Okay, so can everybody see these photographs?
Yes.
Yeah, all right, fantastic. Okay, so student A, you have to answer this question, okay? So compare these photographs and then say how important grandparents can be in situations like these. And then when student A has finished, student B, you answer this question here, okay? And say if an older relative has taught you to do something, Okay, and you've got 20 seconds to answer your question, whereas student A, you've got 1 minute to answer your question. Okay, does everybody understand?
Yes, but I don't understand the student B part.
Okay, so so one of you is going to be student A and one of you is going to be student B. So there are going to be two of you. One is student A, one is student B. So when student A has finished, student B, you have to answer whether an older relative has ever taught you to do something. So has an older relative ever taught you to play the piano or ride a bike or do something? Okay. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so can you please take a screenshot of this screen and let me know in the chat box once you've taken that screenshot? Thank you, Wanyan. Thank you, Mittal. Thank you, Laji Chi. I'm just waiting for Cavendish. Thank you, Cavendish. Okay, good. So there are the first photographs. And then when student A has finished, student B, you swap with student A, okay? So student A, you then become student B, and student B, you become student A. All right, so you swap. Does everybody understand?
Yes.
All right, good. Can you speak properly, please, Cavendish? So
Okay.
does everybody understand?
Yes.
Thank you. And Cavendish, can you please keep your camera on? All right, so I'm going to put you into rooms now. So just give me a couple of seconds. Okay, so you can join the rooms now. Okay, so the other students are still talking. So we've just got a little bit of a wait. Okay, everyone? Okay. Okay, welcome back, everyone. So let's take a look at those photographs and you can tell me what you talked about. So let me just share them. Okay, so Laji Chi, how important can grandparents be in situations like these?
So I think the important is they can increase their relationship, and I think they can the grandchild can learn through their grandparents like in the ancient way, and when their parents is busy in working,
Okay.
the grandparents they spend times together.
Okay, so your audio is not very clear today, Laji Chi.
Uh,
Your audio is going in and out, and I think it's because you're having internet problems. So if I can ask everybody politely for the next class, can you please buy an Ethernet cable? Don't rely on the Wi-Fi because Wi-Fi can sometimes drop and you don't always have a stable connection. So next week, can you please make sure that you've got an Ethernet cable so that the class can run smoothly? Okay.
okay.
Okay, thank you. Miss Hall, do you agree with Laji Chi?
Yes,
Okay, and what do you think?
because the answer I wrote there was very similar. I put there because they have experience, and what she basically said because it's about experience, because I heard some people are closer to their grandparents than their parents.
Mhm.
So I feel like if they're closer to the person they're help like teaching them with, they are better at it or something like that. I don't really know how to say it.
Mhm. Okay, very good. Wan Yan, how important can grandparents be in situations like these?
In my opinion, I think grandparents play an important role in this situation.
Mhm.
They teach their grandchild and also teach them some skills,
Mhm.
something like play the piano,
Playing the piano,
ride a bicycle, and more.
riding a bicycle.
Riding a bicycle and more.
Mhm.
That's
Very
all.
good. Excellent. Very good. Thank you, Wan Yan. Do you agree, Kavanash?
Yes, I do agree because our grandparents do play a important role in our life. Because, for example, if our mother and father is going to work, then there's no one to take care of us. This is where
Mhm.
the grandparents take part. They will take care of us whenever my mother and father is going to work.
Mhm. Okay, very good. Okay, and Mittel, this question here. Has an older relative ever taught you to do something?
Yes.
Mhm. For
So
example?
basically studying, reading, and writing.
Okay, so is that a grandparent? Mittul?
Yeah.
Okay, so Mittul, your audio is also Mittul, I can't hear you very well. Are you having
I learned how to study read right.
Okay. So Mittul, are you having internet
Yeah.
problems as well? Okay, have you got an
Not
Ethernet
really.
cable?
The internet is fine for me for some reason.
Your audio is not very clear. Are you using Wi-Fi or do you have an Ethernet cable?
I'm using Wi-Fi.
Okay. All right. I can't hear you. I'm sorry. I did ask everybody to please buy an Ethernet cable because Wi-Fi connection is not reliable. Okay, all right. Wanyan, have you ever been taught by a relative?
Yes, I have.
Mm-hmm.
It's my grandparents who taught me the names of the fruits in our country, Malaysia.
Oh, very good. Okay, so not the name of the fruits, but name of fruit. Fruit doesn't have an S on the end of it. It's not countable. Okay. So your grandparents taught you the names of fruit in Malaysia.
Yes.
That's good. Excellent. Okay, Kavanash, has an older relative ever taught you to do something?
My grandmother always taught me. My grandmother taught me to hang the clothes. Also fold the clothes. Also, they also taught me to hang the clothes after bathing, and also putting things in the washing machine.
Okay, that's good. And how about you, Lajichi? Has an older relative ever taught you to do something?
Um, they taught me how to walk when I was small. But for bigger, I think they taught me how to cook too.
Okay, very good. What did they tell you to cook? What did they teach you?
Like cook some Maggi mee or eggs, I think.
Making meat.
Is noodles.
Oh, noodles. Okay, very good. That's interesting. Good. Okay, thank you, everyone. Okay, so here are some more pictures. Okay, let me just make them smaller for you. Okay, so Kavanash is hungry. Okay. Okay, so here are some pictures. They show people in emergency situations. Okay, so here's picture 1 and here is picture 2. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to compare these photographs and say how serious each say how serious you think each of the situation looks. Okay. I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see the first one. There's the first picture. Okay, so you might need to take a screenshot. Can you take a screenshot of this, please, everybody?
Then
Thank you. So take a screenshot and let me know once you've taken the screenshot. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Okay. And then here is the second picture. Let me just make it bigger for you. There it is. Oops. Oh, that's too big. Okay. So if you can take a screenshot, please, everybody, and let me know once you've taken the screenshot. All right. Fantastic. Thank you. Okay. So the questions are, question number 1, compare these 2 photographs and say how serious you think each of the situations looks. And then when student A has finished, when student B has finished, student A, you then answer this question. If you think you could be a policewoman or a policeman, okay? All right, does everybody understand the questions?
Not student A.
Okay, so student A, after student B has finished, you have to say whether you think you could become, when you finish school, could you become a policeman or a policewoman? Would you like to be a policeman or a policewoman?
Okay.
All right. Does everybody else understand the questions? Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you, Kavanash. Does everybody else understand the questions?
Yes.
Thank you. All right. So I'm going to put you into breakout rooms again, everyone. So remember, student B, you start first. So decide who you're going to be. And then when student B finishes, student A, you answer this question. And then you take turns, you swap. Okay? Do you understand? Yeah. All right. Okay, so I'm opening rooms now. If you could join them, please.
Sorry for the inconvenience. I need to get back to the. How do I get back to the breakout room?
Okay, Cavendish, is something happening with your internet today? You keep on leaving the meeting.
It's not my fault. I just get kicked out. It shows in your internet's unstable. Then a second later, I already got kicked out from the class.
Okay, so are you having internet problems?
It is raining right now, so yes.
Okay, are you relying on Wi-Fi or do you have an Ethernet cable?
I'm relying on Wi-Fi.
Okay, so I have asked you, please don't use Wi-Fi because Wi-Fi, especially if the weather is bad, Wi-Fi is affected. So if for next week, can all of you please buy an Ethernet cable? They're very, very cheap. So I don't know how much they are in Malaysia, but here in the UK, they're only about £5. Okay. And you plug the Ethernet cable into your laptop and the other end goes into your router. And that way you always have stable connection. Okay. So for next week, can all of you please get an Ethernet cable? Can you do?
Try to do that.
Sorry?
I can try to do that.
Can you ask your parents?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank
I
you.
already told them, but I think they forgot.
All right. Okay, no problem. Have we lost Laji Chi as well?
No, she's in a breakout room.
Oh, she's in a breakout room. Okay.
That's why I need to get back in.
All right.
Sorry for the inconvenience, Lajechi.
Okay. Okay. Are you okay, Laji Chi?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's take a look at this question. Okay. So let's look at these pictures. Wan Yan, how serious do you think each of the situation looks? So how serious do you think picture one looks?
For the first picture, I think it is serious, but not really, because the person is interviewing a policeman.
A policeman.
A
Very good.
policeman. It probably there was maybe a crime or any accident happened in there.
Okay, so an accident probably happened. Okay, so you don't think it's very serious?
Yes.
Okay. Laji Chi, do you agree with Wan Yan?
No, I think it is very serious. Because I think it is the scene of like traffic accident, and I think it's had many people hurt.
Many people are hurt.
Or someone could maybe die, I think.
Okay, very good. Okay, what do you think, Cavendish? How serious is picture one?
I was thinking picture two, but now seeing the back of the picture, the background, I think it's very serious because they could lose a life or get hurt because of the accident.
Okay, very good. Mittal, do you agree with Cavendish? Oh, we've lost.
No, because I don't think it. No, because I don't think it's serious. Because it's a cop car and the cop is standing out there and not hurt. So it doesn't really look serious. It looks like he just had a minor crash.
Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. And then let's look at picture two. Wan Yan, how serious do you think picture two is?
In my opinion, I think compared to the first photo, the second photo is the situation in second photo is more serious because the woman is wearing an oxygen
Mask.
mask,
Mm-hmm.
and she probably didn't have enough oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Okay, very good. Kavanash, do you agree with Wanyan?
To be honest, I did not hear the entire part because I got kicked.
Okay, so can you look at it now? And do you agree with Wanyan?
No, because I mean, yes, it's wearing a oxygen mask,
Mm-hmm.
but because she didn't die or get hurt, basically all she did was lost oxygen. Oxygen, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a really big deal.
Okay. All right. Laji Chi, do you agree with Kavanash or do you agree with Wanyan?
I agree with Kevin Nash. Because I think the woman's probably like shocked or something, and I think she didn't hurt anywhere.
She's not hurt anywhere.
She's not hurt anywhere.
Okay. All right, very good. And Mittel, what do you think? Is picture 2 more serious than picture 1?
Yes, it's basically in short, a woman is dying, like almost dying. Like
Okay.
she has no oxygen left to breathe in.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, very good. Okay, and what about this question here? Could you become a policeman or a policewoman? Wanyan, what do you think?
In my opinion, I don't think I could become a police woman in the future because my ambition is to become a dentist.
Oh, okay. Why do you want to become a dentist?
I want to become a dentist because I want to follow in my parents' footsteps.
Footsteps. Footsteps.
Footsteps.
Okay, so are both your parents dentists?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Excellent. Okay, Mittel, how about you? Could you become a policeman?
I could, but I just don't really want to.
Okay, why not?
I don't know. I'm just putting my life at risk in short, basically.
Okay. All right, Laji Chi, how about you? Could you become a policewoman in the future?
I think no, because I do not know how to fight, and I think I could be a doctor in future.
Okay, you would like to become a doctor in the future?
Yes.
Okay, why?
Yes. Because I like it about science, and I think like saving lives is a good thing.
Okay, very good. Excellent. Excellent, very good. And Kavanash, how about you? Would you like to become a policeman in the future?
I don't think so. I could be, even though I really don't have my mind set to one ambition yet. But I don't think so. I can become a policeman because most policemen mostly has chasing involved, and me being really slow. Like I'm fast, but as soon as I lose stamina, I become very slow. So I don't think I'm really cut out to become a policeman. And I think I have my mindset to become an inventor.
You have your mind set on being
An inventor.
being a venturer.
No. An inventor.
Oh, an inventor. And what would you like to invent?
Like basically new cars that maybe are waterproof and other things. Maybe cars that don't run on oil.
Okay, so those cars already exist. They're called electric cars.
Oh.
So what other cars would you invent?
I maybe invent a car that runs off of oxygen.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wait, actually, no. Out of carbon dioxide, because we really don't need much of that.
Okay. So it would extract carbon dioxide and it would pump out oxygen.
Yes, just like a tree.
Like a tree. Okay, that's interesting. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Let's look at some more questions for today. Okay, so I'd like you to now look at part 3 of the speaking test. And in part 3, remember you talked together about something. Okay, so the History Museum in your town would like to attract more visitors, and various ideas have been put forward. First, talk with your partner about the proposal shown below, saying how they might appeal to different people. And then choose 2 which you think would be the most successful in attracting visitors. Okay, do you understand the question?
Is that the only question?
No, I'm going to show these pictures to you. Okay,
Okay.
so here's
okay.
here. Let me just make this a bit bigger for you. I think that fits into one. There it is. Oops. I didn't want to do that. There we are. Okay. So here's the question. How might these proposals appeal to different people, and which 2 would be the most successful in attracting visitors? So the first one is coin making, make your own Roman money. The next one is music over the centuries. So from the 13th to the 19th century concerts. Every day have a concert at 1:30. The next one is exhibition of kitchens from 1940 to 2000. The next one is a medieval fair, the first Sunday of the month in the museum gardens. Next idea is cave painting workshops, learn to paint like a prehistoric man. The next one is mega screen, historical films on gigantic screen. You're almost part of history. The next one is interactive computer program, history at the touch of a button. And the last one is 20th century fashion shows, a different decade on the catwalk every week. Okay. Does anyone have any questions related to vocabulary? Are there any words you don't understand?
I have one. What's a medieval?
Medieval is a period of history. Okay, so medieval is a period of history back in very old times, before history was recorded. Medieval times.
Is it like where knights were, or like the war was there?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, then yes, I understand.
Yeah. Okay. So medieval is a period of history. It's a very, very old period of history.
And what's Roman?
Roman, again, Roman is another period of history. The Roman times.
Okay.
Okay. So, for example, when Rome was an empire.
Empire.
So, have you heard of Julius Caesar?
Huh?
Julius Caesar, he was an emperor of Rome.
No, not exactly.
You've never learned about the Romans in history?
We live in Malaysia, so we don't really learn about. Is this in America only?
No, maybe this is European. Kavanash, why is your camera off?
I don't know.
Okay. Does anyone else have a problem with vocabulary? Does everybody know the Roman period? All right, let me try and get some pictures for you. So hopefully it will help you. Give me 2 seconds, everyone. Okay, so Rome is in Italy. Let me get this picture for you. Okay. So this is Roman history. Have you ever seen pictures like this?
No, not really.
Okay. Okay, so Rome is a city in Italy, and it was part of an empire. So it ruled most of Europe. Okay, and people. Okay. Okay, for some reason I can't share this photo with you. But
It's okay because I can understand it already.
you can understand. Okay. All right. Is everybody else okay? Can you speak to me, please, everyone? Is everyone else okay?
Yeah,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
guess for me.
Does everybody understand the Roman Empire?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And do you need some pictures to show? Do you need me to show you some pictures about medieval times, Kavanash?
No, I don't need it because I kind of know already.
You know already. Okay. So does everybody know the questions? Let me go back to my page.
Oh, yeah, the question.
Okay. Does anyone else have any questions related to vocabulary? Are there any things that you don't understand?
No.
No. Lajichi, are you okay?
No.
Are you okay?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Wanyan, are you okay?
Yes.
Thank you. And Mittal, are you okay?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So I'm going to put you into breakout rooms now. And I'd like you to talk about each of these things, discuss how might these proposals appeal to different people, and then decide on which two would be the most successful in attracting visitors to the History Museum. Okay. Does everyone understand?
Yes, understood.
Thank you. Does everybody understand?
Yes.
Thank you. All right. So let me put you into breakout rooms. Okay, so Mittal and Wanyan, the other two students are still talking, so we're just going to wait a few more moments, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so welcome back, everyone. All right, so let's take a look at these questions and you can tell me what you were talking about. So let me just get the page ready. Here it is. Okay, so Laji Chi, which two would be the most successful in attracting visitors? What do you think?
In my opinion, I think the mega screen and the fashion shows would be the most successful in attracting visitors because for the mega screen, everyone likes to watch movies and they can experience in 3D screen and they can learn many like historical stories too. For the fashion shows, like everyone is pay attention to their wearing stuff.
What they are wearing?
Yeah, what they are
Mhm.
wearing, and I think they can experience how the person wear in the ancient time.
So they can experience what people wore in ancient times.
They can experience what the people wore in the ancient time.
Very good, excellent. Mittal, do you agree with Laji Chi?
Well, almost because instead of the fashion show, the interactive computer, in my opinion, would be better because it's just a history at the touch of a button. So basically, you're just learning everything with a touch of a button.
Okay, very good. Kavanash, do you agree with Laji Chi or do you agree with Mittal?
None of them. Because
Okay.
instead of interactive computer or fashion show, I kind of agree with the fashion show, but for me, the two most successful in attracting visitors would be Mega Screen and Medieval Fair. Mega Screen because exactly what Rajia Chi said, and Medieval Fair because family and maybe friends could have some fun learning, fun in the fair and learning history at the same time.
Okay, very good. Wanyan, do you agree with Kavanash or do you agree with Mittal?
None of them I had agree with.
Okay, so
In my opinion, I think that the most successful in attracting visitors would be the exhibition of kitchens and the
okay,
cave painting,
okay.
because for the cave painting, maybe there are some artists or people who likes drawing or painting.
Who like, so maybe there are some artists who like.
Artists who like painting and
Mhm,
they can learn to paint about historical story or something like historic man.
mhm.
And for the exhibition of kitchens, some of the chef or maybe just like mother or grandmother like that who cook, maybe they had a kind of hobby of learning this thing. So maybe this will attracting them.
They will be attracted by that. Okay, very good, excellent, well done everyone. Okay, we're going to have a little break now, give you a chance to go to the toilet, and if you need to get a drink, you can get a drink. So if you can come back within 10 to 15 minutes, okay?
Okay.
Okay, see you soon. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's continue with these questions. So just give me a couple of seconds. Let me get the page ready for you. Okay. Okay. So here are some questions. Okay, so now I'm going to put you back into breakout rooms and I'd like you to ask each other and have a discussion about these questions, okay? So first one is, what do you think makes a good history museum? Kavanash, you've raised your hand. Why?
Before we go to breakout rooms, may I go to the toilet?
Okay, so we've just had a break for 15 minutes to give you a chance to go to the toilet.
No,
Why didn't you go then?
I didn't feel like it yet.
Okay, all right, so quickly go to the toilet.
Okay.
Okay, so the first question is, what do you think makes a good history museum? The second one is, how could the teaching of history in schools be improved? The next question is, do you agree that learning about the past is important for our future? The next one, what was the most important moment in history in the 20th century? The next question, what has been the most important moment in your life so far? And the last question is, what items from our lives today will be in the history museums of the future? Okay. Do you understand these questions?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have any problems with vocabulary?
No.
No? Okay. So we're going to wait a few moments for Kavanash to come back, and I'll put you into breakout rooms. Okay.
Perfect timing.
All right. So Kavanash, can you read these questions
Okay.
and tell me if you have any problems with vocabulary?
What do they mean by what it was the most important moment in the history of the 20th century?
Okay. So the 20th century is the year, the 1900s. Okay. So do you know anything about history in that period?
No, not really.
No. Okay. Do you know about any history?
I know only about the Malaysia's Merdeka.
Okay. So you can talk about that for that question.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Does anyone else have any questions?
No.
No. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put you into breakout rooms now, everyone, and I'd like you to talk to your partner about these questions. If you first of all can take a screenshot, please, and let me know once you've taken that screenshot. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put you into breakout rooms now. Okay.
Whoa, surprising.
Okay, so welcome back, everyone. So let's look at your the questions, and you can tell me what you talked about. So just give me 2 seconds. Here they are. Okay, so Wanyan, what do you think makes a good history museum? Question number 1.
In my opinion, I think that some historical story or something in the past will make a good history museums.
Okay, so you think some historical stories or something in the past
Yeah,
will make
something like the maybe like the old car design or the old airplane design.
Okay, very
something
good.
like that.
Okay, that's very good. Laji Chi, do you agree with Wanyan?
I agree with Wanyan, but I think that they can add like some games so that the visitor can experience experience in the past how they do or what they do.
Okay, for example?
For example, like the house, I think in the house in the ancient time, yeah, like games they can let them go in and like play something small games in the house so that they can experience um the ancient people how they live in the house. Yeah.
Okay. Kavanash, do you agree with Wanyan or do you agree with Laji Chi?
Rajachi is very close, but not exactly. So I'm going to disagree with both of them because, like I said, Rajachi was close, but what makes what what we can prove in the history was that, like Rajachi said, and maybe add some games, like do some quizzes, like maybe like a screen quiz. They'll do some kind of screen quiz, and then history games. That'd be nice.
Okay, very good. Mittal, do you agree with Kavanash or Wanyan or Li Chi Chi?
It's kind of like half each, a quarter each. Because for me, like you just need the most important things in our daily life now, like just add like what technology you use now, and then we just put the interesting stuff. And maybe some games or some quizzes, because some historians might want to just, answer a quiz to get some information and maybe put more information about the item you're showing.
Okay, very good. What about question number 2? How could history, the teaching of history, in schools be improved? What do you think, Laji Chi?
I think the teachers like can add many historical stories or like some quizzes so that the students will be interested in reading the textbook, I think.
Okay, very good. Kavanash, do you agree with Laji Chi?
You know.
All right. So how can teaching of history be improved in schools?
Like we can do some fun quizzes, not just regular quizzes, because in our school, our quiz is just we have to all stand up and then answer a question. When you get one question correct, then you can sit down.
Mm-hmm.
So like adding some fun quizzes, like we don't have any punishment towards this. Maybe have some team quizzes, like make it at least a little bit fun and educational at the same time.
Okay, very good. Wanyan, do you agree with Kavanash or do you agree with Laji Chi?
None of them I agree with.
Okay.
In my opinion, I think the teaching of history in schools can be improved by letting the students do some teamwork project, something like you go
Projects. Mhm.
projects, something like you go online, search for the story of the historical story about the teacher that he or she wants, and from the textbook, and draw or write it out
Okay.
in bubble map form.
Okay, that's interesting. Thank you, Wanyan. Mittal, do you agree with Wanyan or do you agree with Laji Chi and Kavanash?
I have my own answer.
Okay, what's your answer?
But first of all, I absolutely despise history. It's like the worst subject in my school.
Okay, why?
It's so bland. There's like nothing to it. We're just talking, and then all of a sudden, you just do your work and finish it, and then it's done. Like it feels like I'm not even at school at that point.
Okay, is
So
that because...
to improve,
Okay, continue. How to improve it?
so maybe we should put more fun activities, like maybe some games, some quizzes, like something you just don't just listen and then, like, for example, like not like we just listen to King Edward dying or something. Like I feel like I'm not even at school at that point, and I'm just at home watching news.
Okay.
So I think we have to just put more effort, and the teachers need to just try to make the class more lively.
Okay, all right, that's interesting. Okay, what about this question here? Do you agree that learning about the past is important for our future? Do you agree, Kavanash?
Yes, I do, because then, like for example, like our Malaysian history about the Merdeka times. So if we didn't know about that, then we wouldn't even know when it started, when it was started, how it was created, how it ended up, like something like that.
Okay, Wanyan, do you agree with Kavanash?
I agree with him some, but I have my own idea.
Okay.
So I think that learning about the past is important for our future, because if we don't have past, we don't have future, and we can improve ourselves, or improve our future by understand the past
By
mistake,
understanding.
by understanding the past mistake.
Mistakes. Okay, that's very interesting. Thank you, Wanyan. Laji Chi, do you agree with Wanyan or do you agree with Kavanash?
I agree with both, but I think that we can also know what they thinking, the people in the ancient time, and we can
Ancient times.
and we can learn about their knowledge and use it in the future. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Excellent. And Mittal, what do you think?
Basically, if I think we need to learn about the past, because we don't learn about the past, basically our world will just be resetted. No one will know anything.
Okay, all right, very good. Thank you. Okay, what about this question here? What was the most important moment in history of the 20th century? Mittal, what do you think?
Okay, so wait, the 20th century is the 90s, right?
1900s, yes.
Okay, so if I'm correct, according to Google, in 1963, Malaysia wasn't always called, it was not always called Malaysia.
Okay.
is called Malaya. But in 1963, they changed the name to Malaysia.
Okay, that's interesting. I never knew that. Okay, so you think that's the most important moment in history?
Well, I actually don't know much, and that's the only thing that came to my mind,
Okay.
actually.
All right. Okay, that's fine. Laji Chi, what do you think?
I think the most important moment is when the Malaysia independent. Yeah,
Okay.
Merdeka.
Okay, so when did Malaysia get independence?
Yeah, when Malaysia get independent.
What year was that?
I already forgot, but I think it's 1906 something.
Okay, and who did they get independence from? Which country?
I think it's from the
Okay.
US, I think.
All right. Okay, so you don't really know. Okay. Let me
Actually, I know the
see.
answer to that.
Okay, tell me what's the answer?
If I'm correct, it's England.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same. Let me see. It's not, it's Britain. Let me find out. Malaysia independence. Yeah, from Britain. So it was Independence Day is the 31st of August. This is interesting. I didn't know about this. So British Malaysia, or it used to be called Malaya. Can't find out. Okay, when did Malaysia gain? Okay, so in 1957, the Federation of Malaya achieved independence from Britain. That's interesting. I never knew that. And during the Japanese invasion of the Second World War, it ended British rule in Malaysia. I never knew that. That's interesting. Okay. All right. Wanyan, do you agree with Laji Chi?
Yes, I agree with Ladrachi and Kavinash.
Okay, very good. So you think that that was the most important history moment in history?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Because in that moment, our Malaysia became independent, become its own country, and didn't rule by the other countries.
Yeah, it wasn't ruled by Britain.
Yes.
Okay.
Or Japanese.
Very good. Excellent. Kavanash, do you agree?
I did not listen because I got kicked out again.
Why are you getting kicked out today?
I do not know either. I mean, it has happened to other classes as well.
Is somebody else using Zoom in your house?
Google Meet, yes, and Zoom, I don't know.
Okay, because sometimes you get kicked out if somebody logs into your Zoom account from another computer.
They're not doing that from the other computer now.
Okay, all right. Okay, let's look at the next question. What has been the most important moment in your life so far? So Kavanash, what do you think?
The most important moment of my life is that when there was no COVID-19, because this just made me suffer a lot more.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Laji Chi, do you agree with Kavanash?
I'm late just now, so I can't hear.
What's the matter?
I don't know.
Okay. Can you hear Kavanash?
Just now you say.
Okay, Kavanash, can you repeat what you said, please?
Yes, the most important moment in my life is that when there was no COVID-19, because that just made me suffer a lot.
Okay, so the most important moment in your life was,
Oh yes, was because
yeah, because it's in the past. Okay. All right, good. Laji Chi, do you agree with Kavanash?
Not really.
Okay.
I think the most important moment in my life is
Was
uh,
because it's the
uh,
past.
was when I learned how to speak when I was small,
Okay.
because I think it is new things for baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, that's interesting. Thank you. Mittal, do you agree with Kavanash or do you agree with Wanyan? Sorry,
I,
Laji Chi.
I agree with Kavanash, but I can add more to it.
Mm-hmm.
So COVID made me suffer, but I am sick and tired of being at home. I can't really do anything. I can just go to school and then do nothing.
Yeah.
And I want to go back to Penang because I'm from Penang and I just feel so tired in Johor. There's like no one, like no family members of mine except my my mother, father, and sister. I hear like I feel lonely. So when I can get my vaccine and go somewhere, I'm going to Penang, like no doubt.
Okay. So where are you at the moment?
I am at Johor and I feel very lonely here because it's just so boring.
Do you have any friends there?
Only my school friends and that's it. Just
Okay. And why do you want to go to Penang?
like my entire family is there. I'm like the
Okay, I understand. Okay, Wanyan, how about you? What has been the most important moment in your life so far?
The most important moment in my life so far was spending memorable moment with my families.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and we eat together. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
family means not only my parents or sister, also means that my relatives and
Relatives.
cousins and grandparents.
Okay, that's nice. Thank you. Okay, what about this question here? What items from our lives today will be in the history museums of the future? What do you think, Lajichi?
In my opinion, I think the technology products such as mobile phone or computers or laptop.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. Kavanash, do you agree with Lajichi?
yes, because it's going to be in the museum. When it's in the museum, it's going to get the actual product will be upgraded in the future. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why they're putting it in the museum.
Okay, very good. Mittal, do you agree with Kavanash and Lajichi?
yes.
Okay, why?
So basically, like what we have now, for example, a cell phone, it can get upgraded. Like for example, you don't even need to active like on it to you know um get a phone call. You could just tell like for example call someone and then it'll just automatically call for you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. And Wanyan, what do you think? What items from our lives today will be in the history museums of the future?
My idea is some kinds of like them. And
Sorry, some
I,
kind of what? Sorry?
my idea is something like
Den?
them, the
Oh,
idea of
that
theirs,
their ideas.
their
Okay.
ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with them, and I think gadget or technology will be in the history museum of the future because nowadays people are improving technologies and
Technology.
technology, and we can know that um, we can know that maybe from some movies or some program.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They say that maybe in the future they will build something, do something more on technology.
Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you. Okay, all right, so what I'd like you to do now, I'm going to share a document with you. So just give me 2 seconds. Let me get the document for you. Okay, so in the chat box, I'm going to share a document. Can you open this document and let me know once you've opened it?
I already opened it.
Thank you. So you should see this document here. Okay, so when you open it, you should have this document. Has everybody been able to open it?
Yes.
Yeah, all right, fantastic. Okay, so what I'd like you to do, I'm going to put you into breakout rooms, and with your partner, I'd like you to choose a number, okay? So you can choose any number, so number 10 or number 24. Choose a number, and then your partner asks you the question for that number. So for example, number 24, the question is here, okay? Are you interested in sport? Which sports do you enjoy? Or if you choose number 10, for example, or number 13, what kind of presents do you like to get for your birthday? Okay. Does everybody understand?
Yes.
It's
I
Yeah.
got a question.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to read the question or do we have to just pick a number by random?
So yeah, so your partner picks a number by random. So if your partner picks number 6, for example, then you have got to go to number 6 and ask this question here. Ask them this question. Okay. Do you like the same things as your friends, or do you have different interests? And then you take it in turns. Do you understand?
Yes. How many times do we have to do this though?
Well, I'm going to put you into breakout rooms for the next 10 minutes. So I think maybe 6 times.
6 times. Okay.
All right, but take it in turns. So one person picks the question, the second person asks the question.
So
Yeah.
is it actually 12?
Yes, it's 12 questions.
Okay.
All right. Okay, see you soon. Okay, so welcome back, everyone. Thank you very much for attending today's class, and I will see you next week. Okay?
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Have a good week.
Thank you,
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Bye.